Yeah, there's no difference. I just got the Attack Blue air filter. I'm gonna be swapping out the OEM one in the Corvette. It's supposed to give you like 5 to maybe like 4 to 6 horsepower. So we're gonna sit right there in the middle at 5. And with me having a Z51 package with performance exhaust, we're right at 495. So now we're sitting at, you know, 500. You know, it's just enough to say that like, hey, I'm at 500. You know, makes me feel good because 495. Why not go in and round it up? And I know 5 horsepower is nothing, but like I said, I'm just trying to round it up to that, you know, that 500 mark. Now that extra 5 horsepower comes in at, you know, peak RPM and whatnot. So obviously it's not really gonna do anything at crank and just, you know, driving throughout the city. But in my mind, I know at peak I'm getting 5, so we'll go ahead and round that 495 up to 500. The horsepower that I'm getting to the wheel is right around stock. It's 435-ish. I think that's what the dyno results showed, and with the including of the Attack Blue air filter, I think it sits around 440 to 441, which if my calculations are correct, that should be a net gain of 1.27%, 1.25, somewhere around there. I could be wrong, but I could be right. And if I'm not wrong, I'm right. I think it's like a T15 or something. I don't know, it's gonna be one of these. One of these will do the trick. So we come down here, just a little piece right down there, just unscrew those. I'm not gonna lie, leaning over this spoiler, I do not like it. So down here at the bottom, there's these little pieces that pop in there. So after you remove those screws, just come down here. If you put enough force, they should just pop out, but instead of like yanking it from the top, I just came down here and pulled up on them so I didn't like rip anything. Now we should just be able to remove it. There we are. Set that down. We got that. Ooh, this thing got a good old seal on it, but I see why they had all them screws on there. You could just hear that motherfucker go as it pulled off. Now with the trunk bed cover and the air filter cover out of the way, I now got access to air filter. But guess what? After removing all those screws, we got more screws to unscrew. But we almost done, and we just got to screw it back together. All right, now time to get these ones out. Had to switch out my merchandise, man. Come in here with a new tool because the other one was not popping. Hey, I wanted a spoiler bad, man. I thought it was real cool until I got it. Now I'm over here leaning over, trying to make sure I don't damage it on all 10 of my toes, man. That's something else, but after a while, them calves get to burning. But nah, it's worth it. This thing might got a good seal on it. Oh, yep. I just had to use a little force. Oh, it's a roach in there. Oh my gosh. You got roaches. That's disgusting. No wonder I've been moving so slow, bro. Man, I'm supposed to be getting like 495. Man, that's probably like, that's been holding me back, bro. I've been in the 300 range because of that. Oh, nah, dog. Hey, man, y'all better watch out for me now. That I got some dead weight out the way. We finna be moving. Scooting. Now, all of that was supposed to be the easy part. I heard right here, actually swapping out the filters was the hard part. You know, removing this one is nothing, but putting a, god damn, hold on, motherfucker, boy. They ain't got some. Oh, that was easy. I just had to, you know, come in like that, a little effort like that to kind of lean it up. We got that out the way. All of that has been the easy stuff so far. They say actually getting this thing on there can be a bit of a challenge. They say you may need some lube, but we're gonna see how tight of a fit it is. Go that nasty little bug, and you like, you probably like, why the hell he picking it up? Cause I'm finna eat it, bro. You think I'm finna let food go to waste? I'm just kidding. Nah, that's actually, to be honest, I don't know why I'm picking it up. I'm just gonna pretend y'all didn't see that, all right? All right, let's see how tough of a fit it is. So the last one I had to pull out like that, so I probably got to put it in like that. Bro, that's cake. Man, butter. Honestly, that felt too easy. I don't think it's properly seated in there. Yeah, it definitely ain't seated in there. I don't know, but maybe it is. It feel like it's just going in there too smooth. I seen everybody else say it's gonna be a tough fit. It do kind of feel lubricated and just smooth, so maybe that's the reason. But bro, it feel a little, I don't like how easy it's going in there. But I mean, it can't go any further, so that's that, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna call it a day. All right, so there we have it. We got it in there. I'm actually just using this camera to get a better angle to make sure I can see it. Yeah, It's fully seated in, and it was actually pretty easy. I'm gonna be honest. Everybody that said it was hard, maybe they changed the engineering and maybe they pre-lubed it or whatever the case was. But I'm gonna be honest, bunch of weaklings if you ask me. They were all struggling to get it in there. But all right, and here we have the fun part: reassembling. Pretty much just everything in reverse. All right, we are officially finished with that. Time to shut her up, crank her up, move around a little bit. Just looking for an excuse to drive, to be honest. I don't think it's gonna make any difference at all, but at the end of the day, I just like driving it. Now, I said how it's like a 1.25% increase in the horsepower, then it's like a 0.5 increase in torque. So it's nothing crazy, you know, nothing noticeable, to be honest. I'm not expecting to hear anything. Honestly, with me changing that, my air filter, with me only having 5,700 miles on my car, that air filter I had plenty of life. I was just changing it out because like I said, it was just more of like a mental thing for me, just to get me that extra, you know, get me to 500 in my brain. The way I work it out and whatnot, it just feels good to say 500. Okay, that just, it is what it is. I probably should have did a drive before, but you know, I drove it enough to like know. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh my God, I feel more. Okay, now I feel like I'm lying, bro. I almost feel like it's placebo, because coming into it, I said there was gonna be no change. It's 1%. How could you feel that? But I probably should have got a drive in this morning, but I've been daily in it for the last month. Like, I know how it feels. And I don't want to sit here and lie to you guys and be like, oh man, it makes totally a difference. You're gonna feel that 5 horsepower gain. But obviously you don't feel the actual horsepower, you know, that doesn't come into play until like high RPM. So I think once you cross like 5,000. So right now I think it's just placebo with me thinking I feel like a slight better throttle response. Nah, that's all placebo. I'm gonna be honest. I just refuse to believe I feel any sort of difference. But regardless, I'm gonna enjoy my vehicle. I'm gonna drive it. I'm gonna love every last second in this Corvette. That was just a little something for the mental sake. And I think right now my mind's playing games with me and making me feel like I notice a difference. There's no difference. I'm telling you. Like, I'm gonna do a pull though. I do want to see if I pull, if it feels any different. But right now, with me trying to trick my mind, it's like, nah. Like, seeing is believing, and I truly just don't believe there's a difference right now. I just don't think you'll be able to feel that change in horsepower. Maybe I actually do a full swap and go ahead and swap out the cold air intake. The reason I didn't do that is because, like, from what I was seeing online, people were saying like, oh, you got to remove the sensor. It's like that little piece was actually like the little wiring. They were saying that part was hard or whatever, but they also, same people, said installing the air filter would be hard too. They said it was a tight fit, and for me, it went in like butter. Like, I had no issue, lickety spit, lickety, whatever, you know what I'm trying to say, but I had no issue. So maybe I probably won't have an issue doing the full cold air intake swap. Obviously, we're talking about this being $40 versus the full cold air intake swap being $100 or $700. So good $600 difference, and it comes with the air filters. I mean, I don't really want to do any mods to this vehicle because at the end of the day, I want a Z06, right? And any mod I'm doing to this, for one, it's under warranty. Air filter and cold air intake ain't gonna do anything. But like, you know, when we get into like messing with, you know, not exhaust, but like, you know, the cats and the headers and whatnot, I would love to do that, but at the same time, yeah, get more sound, get more horsepower. But in the day, we're approaching the territory of avoiding our warranty, and I got a good 8 years on this, head to toe, all the way down to the shoes on this thing. So I don't really want to mess with anything, give them a reason to be like, nah. And at the end of the day, no matter what I do to it, those are just bolt-ons. It's not gonna, like, I want a Z06 eventually, and anything I would be doing to this would be me chasing Z06, which would lead to me being disappointed. So I might as well just cruise and enjoy this. It's great. 495 horsepower is plenty, right? And I'm enjoying it. I'm actually going to take this car to the track and really get to feel it. But in the future, when that time comes, I'll go Z06. If I want to, you know, if I want to upgrade anything, I'll go with the full thing. I don't want to like half-ass it and be like, oh yeah, throw this bolt on, throw that on. Nah, I want the real thing. So I'll go Z06 eventually. Yeah, there's no difference. Honestly, I just did another pull. There is zero difference. There's nothing different about. There's honestly no different in between stock and switching out the air filter. So, I mean, maybe people are saying they felt different. Maybe they feel a little bit more different than me, but I just think it's all placebo. That was me pulling from just the standard my mode. Let's put it in Z and let's see if we swap it out a little bit. Let's see if we put it in Z mode, do we get a little difference? Because I forgot we weren't in Z mode this whole time. Oh, yeah. I should have put it in Z mode the whole time. Yeah, well, I don't know what I was doing not having it in Z mode. That's silly of me. Yeah. The Z, I mean, obviously from the my mode to Z mode there was a difference, but I don't think there's an actual difference with that air filter. Maybe I hear a little bit more, but honestly, I never really paid that much attention to it. It's so minute. I think going to full cold air intake swap, that's where that would be enough for me to be like, okay, there's a difference. With it being so small right now, I don't even want to say there's anything different about it. But regardless, the fun does not change in this thing no matter what. Like, it feels good. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the video. If you got the Attack Blue air filter, or if you went full cold air intake swap with the Hall Tech system, let me know what your thoughts on it are from the Hall Tech or even just the air filter. Let me know if you thought you noticed the difference and whatnot. I know people with a full air intake swap, they're definitely noticing the difference. But just let me know what your thoughts are. Maybe I'm just trying to trick my mind. Eventually, I probably will go with the whole cold air intake just for, like I said, the sound and to actually get a noticeable difference in it. So appreciate y'all tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that cool stuff. Until next time, peace.